Hi everybody, Adam from REH. So just a quick tip now. The manufacturers and people who sell the vacs are going to be like, oh, you can't do that. Well, you can. And what I'm talking about is on super hot days, say you're working in Cairns or in the Pilbara or Sydney in the height of summer, and say you've got a 20-30 metre shot, 6-inch. You're putting a lot of resin into her, so you've got what everyone knows as hot life, working time and curing time. So usually, let's just go with a standard resin. Let's just say silica winter resin, so yellow top, middle of the road, 2-hour cure in winter, and it's 1.5 hours in summer. So as we know, we mix the resin 2-to-1 and we leave it in a pot. It's going to be going off roughly, and it'll explode with a bang of heat in around, what, 5-6 minutes? Less than that, maybe 4 minutes. That's its hot life. Then we're going to spread it out onto the patch, and you've probably got 10 minutes of it being a bit soggy, because dry at 12, unusable at 14. That's its working time. And then its curing time is 1.5 hours in summer, 2 hours in winter. So those are your 3 stages, okay? Now, if you're doing a big shot 30 meters and say you're using Bravo 1 or Super Green or Blue Magic or something like that, we mix the resin and we pour it into our liner. Now, as you're trained, have your vac sucked all the air out, and you've got that big bundle of resin, and it's slowly working against the back to get to the other end of the liner. Now, if it's a super hot day, by the time, if you stick to that rule every time, sort of injuring yourself a bit, it's going to start getting warm on you, because you've mixed it, you've poured it, you haven't actually transitioned to working time. You're still in a pot life scenario, because you could have like 8-10 kilo resin. Okay, it's not in the pot or in the tin. You've got a big load of resin together, it's going to start going off pretty quick. So what you do, what I do, turn the vac off, because this doesn't work when you do with the vac. Because when you push the resin, it has to break that vacuum seal, and it just doesn't work. It's too hard. Turn your vac off and just get it through. Push it all the way through that liner. You're going to have lots of white spots. Don't worry about it just yet. Get it through, roll it through. You're going to have white spots everywhere, and that's okay. You've now thinned out that resin and stopped that chain reaction in its pot life scenario. But then what you do, it goes into the water, you open the rollers and you pull it all back through. You do the same again. You took it from a pot life scenario where it could have took you 10 minutes in its pot life scenario to only 2 or 3 minutes, and you took it down to your working time. Then all you do is just roll it through a couple of times. As long as you've got the right amount of resin for that liner and it's impregnated with the right thickness, you are good to go. Okay, you had white spots when it in the first time, do it again and again, you won't have white spots. The vacuum is to induce the resin, draw it into the fabric. But on a super strong vac, on a super hot day, the vacuum doesn't know it's doing the wrong thing, but you're prolonging your pot life scenario time and making your life harder. Okay, now only works with certain liners. The loose weave, the deltas, the Bravo liners, it still works with your felt liners, but it will, because you turn that vac off, felt liners do need the resin to be induced and sucked in through. But again, it will work, you'll just have to roll it through a few more times. But never do it with a Magnaflex. You have to be fully vac at the point insert as that resin hits the vac line, or this will not wet out. Word of warning, okay? So yeah, great tip. If you've got a big shot and it's a super hot day, get it through. Get it through, turn your vac off, get it through, put it in the water and roll it through again. It can be the difference between losing all your gear. So yeah, and it may take a bit longer to wet out, but think about it, that resin is spread out gone in the water, quenched it, stopped that chain reaction, stopped the particles bouncing, making your life a lot easier, okay? So yeah, top tip, I do it quite often with anything over 15-20 meters. Get it through and roll it through again. As long as it's got the right amount of resin for that liner and the thickness so your rollers are set correctly, can't go wrong. It's as simple as that. Love your lining, I do. Adam from REH. Have a great day. See you later.